So hugging your right knee into your chest, give it a little squeeze. You can interlace your fingers around your shin and pull. See if you can extend that left leg out long. And then start to get active through that left leg. So flex the left toes towards your face. See if you can press the back of the left calf down into the mat, down into the floor. And then we're going to switch sides. So hug that left knee into the chest, extend that right leg long. Interlace your fingers to the webbing. Maybe get an opposite grip this time. Pull with your hands and your biceps. And then bring your awareness into that right leg. Extend it out long if you can. Flex the right toes towards your face. Press down through that right calf. One more big breath in. Nice long breath out. And now let's start to hug both knees into the chest. And see if you can wrap your forearms around your shins, just below your knees, and maybe even reach your opposite elbows. You can also just grab your opposite forearms or your wrists. Rock a little bit side to side. Notice how the low back, the pelvis, and the glutes feel when you do this. And now we're going to extend the feet up towards the ceiling and stretch those arms out wide like a big capital T shape with your upper body. And I want you to think about staying grounded and rooted through your upper back. We're going to start to tick-tock the legs side to side. Your legs can stay straight. You can also bend the knees like a 90-degree angle shape. So the right leg's going to lead. We're going to tick-tock the legs off to the right. Left leg's going to follow. And then left leg's going to come up towards the ceiling. Right leg will follow. And then left leg will lead the way off to your left. Right leg follows that. Right leg comes back up. Left leg follows that. It's kind of like a little pendulum with your legs going side to side. Keep going. Right leg, left leg. Back up to the ceiling. Then left leg, right leg. And so you don't have to get all the way down to the floor with your legs. You can hover above the mat. That would certainly require a little bit more core strength. So we're just trying to engage the core muscles as we add some rotation through the spine. One more time to the right. And then one more time to the left. All the way back up to center. One more time, let's hug those knees into the chest. Give a little squeeze. Get as compressed as you can. And then just take a gentle grip on your knees or the backs of your knees, and we'll just rock and roll the length of the mat a few times here. So all the way to the upper back, and then forward up to the sits bones. And then the next time you come up, let's cross the ankles. We're going to come into tabletop. Whichever direction you want to face, set up that alignment of the wrist underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Big breath in, lift the heart, lift the tailbone, let your belly drop. Exhale, press the floor away, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. 3 more times like this. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, round that spine. 2 more times on your own. Let the breath guide the movement. All right, now let's come into a supported side plank. So first, extend your left leg back behind you. Right toes swivel behind you like a little kickstand. Left foot spins to the mat, so the sole of the left foot. And then take your right hand, a whole handprint forward, so your wrist is just a little bit forward of your shoulder. So here you're bracing on your right hand, your right knee and foot behind you, and then start to flex that left foot off the ground and just kind of float it away from the mat. Big breath in, stretch that left arm high. You feel that outer left hip and core start to engage. Set that left foot back down. We're just going to pause here in this supported side plank for a moment. Sweep that left arm up and overhead. Just get long through that left fingertips to the left foot. Big breath in. Nice long breath out. Come back to tabletop. Second side, right leg. Extend it behind you. Swivel the left toes behind you. So it's like a little kickstand. And then come to the sole of the right foot. And then you're going to stack your right shoulder, right hip on top of the left side body. As you reach that right arm up towards the ceiling, flip the right foot off the mat. So you're just balancing on your left hand, left knee. If you haven't done so yet, you can kind of inch that left hand forward, a hand print. So you have a little bit more length from that left armpit to the left hip crease. Bring the right foot back to the mat. Pause there. Really press down into the sole of your right foot at the back of your mat as you extend your right arm all the way overhead. Big breath in. Nice long breath out. Come back to tabletop. Let's just take a moment to sit the hips back towards the heels and find child's pose. Whatever you want to do with your arms here, you can stretch them straight forward. You can bend the elbows and fold the hands underneath your forehead. Try to get heavy in your hips and breathe into your back body. 2 more breaths here. Start to make your way forward, tabletop, curl your toes under, and let's press down to the hands and feet, lift the hips up high, your first downward facing dog of your practice. So maybe you're a little bit more gentle with this. You can widen the hands, you can widen the feet, you can shorten the distance between the hands and the feet. So you can make your first downward facing dog a little bit shorter and a little bit wider. And then maybe start to add some movement here, bending the knees right and left. You can play with letting the head rotate side to side. And as you're doing this, just be aware of where your body weight is in your hands. See if you can get a little bit more forward into your knuckle mounds and your fingertips. And the inner edge of the palm, your thumb and index finger side. Strongest part of your hand and wrist. Let's take about 2 more breaths here in our first down dog. So if you shortened and widen your down dog, let's kind of bring it back to a normal footprint. So maybe the hands walk forward a few inches and maybe the feet come back to about hip width distance apart. Pause there, big breath in. Nice long breath out. Inhale, stretch your right leg up and back. And then exhale, step your right foot just halfway forward on your mat, halfway forward. This is going to be kind of weird. So we're going to come into a variation of a side plank with support of our right foot. So our right foot's halfway to the center of our mat. We're rolling to the pinky toe edge of our left foot. Now left hand and left foot are base. Right hand's reaching up towards the ceiling. You're turning your chest over to the right side of your mat. And your right foot here is also a little bit of a kickstand. See if you can lift that right hip up towards the ceiling and then sweep that right hand all the way overhead. Pressing the pelvis forward nice and long through your low back. And then bring that right hand back down. Come onto the ball mound of your left foot. Step your right foot back, high plank. High plank pause. Deep breath in. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. Engage your quadricep muscles. Slight round to your upper back. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift those hips high. Downward facing dog. Pause. Breathe. Revisit your shape, your footprint. Take 1 more breath here. And then we'll inhale, left leg, sweep it up and back. Exhale, you're just stepping your left foot halfway up towards the top of your mat, just halfway. And then you're pivoting onto the pinky toe edge of your right foot. So right hand is base, pinky toe edge of right foot is base. And this left foot here is just a little bit of help in your side plank variation. Left arm sweeping up towards the ceiling. See if you can lift that left hip up towards the ceiling a little bit so you kind of have this rainbow effect to the side body. Left arm, sweep it overhead. Really press the floor away with everything that's in contact with the floor. Deep breath in. So try not to sink into your joints here. Press the floor away. Stay strong. And then as you exhale, high plank. Let's pause here. Hover in your high plank. Big breath in. Nice long breath out. Set your knees to the mat. Tuck your toes. Sit back on your heel bones. A little bit of a toe squat. Let's give those wrists a little break. So circle out the wrists a couple of times, both directions. If you can't sit back on your heels in your toe squat, no big deal. I know that can be really intense. You can come up onto your knees. But either way, we're going to come out of this in a few breaths and just work a little bit more on the wrist. So we're going to come forward to the palms of the hands. The fingertips are going to point towards the knees. Just changing the direction that the hand is facing. And then maybe a little bit you lean back and lean forward. So you're seeing how this stretch on the wrist translates up through maybe the forearms, through the palm of the hand. Notice how it feels. And it's okay if your hand, your palm, your wrist, it's okay if it doesn't get all the way flat to the mat. Just work with your body where it's at today. Breathe with whatever sensation you're feeling. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then take a moment to sit back on your heels again or stand up on your knees, a little toe squat, a little circle out of the wrists. Relax the shoulders down your back. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more little thing with the wrist. So this time the back of the hand is going to come down to the mat. Fingertips, again, are going to point towards your knees. And then this time I want you to see if you can open and close your hands. So kind of like you're trying to make a fist. Curling your fingertips in towards the palm of your hand. It's way harder to do than it sounds like it would be. Try it 2 more times. And it's okay to do this one side at a time. So if you're just trying that one side, switch sides, do it like 3 or 4 times. Open and close the fists, the hands. Last time, we're going to sit back on the heels. And this time, we'll stretch the arms up and overhead. Give the fingers a little flick towards the ceiling, like you're trying to dry your hands after you just washed them. Flick, flick, flick as quick as you can. Looking for a little bit of a burning sensation. Trying to get those muscles, those little intricate muscles around the wrists, the hands, and the forearms to come online, to wake up. Help us brace when we're balancing body weight on our hands. All right, let's shake that out. Come forward to tabletop. Walk your hands a little bit more forward in your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Let's return to downward facing dog and just kind of see how that feels now that you've done those little wrist exercises. Range of motion. Is your whole hand more accessible? Are you more aware of those muscles? Can you more efficiently press your whole palm down and feel that sensation of pressing the floor away, getting buoyant in the upper body? Take one more breath in your downward facing dog. Lift your heel bones high, bend your knees a little bit, tippy toe your way forward to the top of your mat. Let's come into our first forward fold. So ragdolling the upper body over the legs. Option to grab for your opposite elbows. Always feel free to keep a generous bend in the knees here, especially if there's any hamstring stuff going on. Be generous with those hamstrings. And see if you can notice where the body weight falls in the feet in your forward fold. Is there a tendency to bring the weight back in the heel bones or to the outer edges of the feet, or kind of collapse inward? See if you can feel the sensation of the whole foot, the heel bone, the forefoot, the toes pressing down. One more breath here. And then release those fingertips to the shins. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. So find that core engagement, back body included here, shoulder blades down the back. Low belly hugging up into the spine, shoulder blades drawing down towards your low back. See if you can keep that halfway lift, hands to the waist, press down into those feet, and then stand tall. Let's take a breath in, sweep those arms out and up. Exhale, we'll fold right back in. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant those hands. Let's step to high plank. Pause in that high plank. And this time just shift forward to those tippy toes and back to the ball mounds of the feet. So can you start to feel the calf muscles engage in your high plank? Forward to the tippy toes, back to the ball mounds of the feet. You're not moving vertically, rather horizontally. Next time you shift forward onto those tippy toes, pause. You can always set those knees down here. With or without the knees, let's bend the elbows lower to the belly. Hands walk back a little bit so they're underneath the upper rib cage. Press down through the palms of the hands and the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Lift the chin. Shoulder blades squeeze in towards the back body. Elbows stay close. Exhale, turn your head off to the right. Lower the left cheek to the mat. So you're just turning your head off to your right shoulder, left cheek to the mat. Inhale, come up back through center. Low cobra. Exhale, go the opposite way. Right cheek to the mat, look over the left shoulder. One more time each side. Inhale, back through center. Squeeze the whole back body at the top. Exhale, lower, rotate the head. Right side. Inhale, back up through center, low cobra, squeeze, 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 whole back body active. Exhale, rotate head, left side. Inhale, one more time back through center, low cobra. If you feel ready for it, press into the hands. Maybe you come up to upward facing dog, straightening out through the elbows. Kneecaps are lifted and active here. And then exhale right back down through center. We're going to prepare for that reverse push-up. So tuck your toes under here. Engage the kneecaps so much, or the quadricep muscles so much that the kneecaps lift. Elbows stay close. Tailbone tucks. Everything is tight. Deep breath in. And again, with or without the knees, you can use the knees here to support this push-up to a high plank position. Once you're there, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Nice long breath out. Inhale again. Exhale here. Okay, so inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Spin the left foot flat, rise up, warrior two. Inner warrior two stance. We want to come as close as we can to this right thigh being parallel with the floor underneath us. Sometimes that means we need to take a wider stance. Sometimes that means we need to bend a little bit deeper into that right knee. Whatever's happening in the back leg, it is still active. So we can kind of forget about what's happening in that left foot, and the left quadricep muscle is active and engaged there, which should allow you to bend a little bit more completely into that right knee. Get that set up first, and then stretch the arms out wide. Big breath in. You might turn your gaze and look forward. Pause and sit a little bit deeper. Let's hold here for 3 breaths. One more breath here. We're going to move this into a standing balancing shape, half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So if you'd like to, you can take your left hand to the waist, look down with your gaze to the upper right-hand corner of your mat. You're going to reach your hand there too to counterbalance or to help with a little kickstand. I like to shorten my stance a little bit when I'm coming into half moon pose so I don't have so far to lift that left leg up. So we're looking down, Reaching the right hand forward and down, balancing all of my body weight, shifting forward onto that right foot. Inhale, left arm might lift up. Maybe the gaze lifts up. So you did this at the beginning of your practice, but you were on your right knee. So same thing here. We do need to engage core muscles, find a little bit of that external rotation through that left hip. I need to take one more breath here. And then we'll take a soft, soft landing, deep end in that right knee to come back to your warrior two. Pause there, settle back in. Big breath in. On our exhale, hands come forward. Now here's our transition into our side plank. We're going to come into a left weight-bearing side plank, left hand, left foot. Heel toe your right foot towards the middle of your yoga mat. You're pivoting onto the pinky toe of the left foot. Now your right foot is here in the center of your mat. You can stay there. That's what you're working with today. You can also continue moving that right foot all the way to the back of the mat and stacking the legs. Wherever you're at, see if you can take 2 more complete breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. One more breath. And then we'll find our high plank shape. High plank. Lift those hips high. Downward facing dog. Relax your head. Full palm pressing down into the floor. Hips lifting high. Always feel free to bend the knees there. Big breath in. Nice long breath out. You can also take this time too to set the knees down and take a few breaths in child's pose. We're not going to be here too long though. One more breath. All right, so second side. Inhale, left leg, sweep it up and back. Exhale, left foot, step it straight forward. Spin that right foot flat, warrior two. Take a moment to settle into your warrior two legs. This side might feel really different than the first side. You might have a different range of motion. The rotation of your hips might feel slightly different. It's all pretty normal. We have a lot of asymmetry in our body as humans. All right, so try to the best of your ability to settle into that deep end, left thigh, maybe one day becoming parallel with the floor underneath you. Engaging that right quadricep, so you're really pressing down into the right foot. Try to press the right hamstring to the space behind you. Arms go wide, gaze comes forward. Maybe sink the hips a little bit lower, deep in the bend in that left knee, just a smidge. 3 breaths here. Try to relax your neck muscles, your throat. Breathing in and out through your nose. All right, so we're going to start to transition into our standing balancing. Half moon pose, right hand to right hip. You might bring your feet a little bit closer together. We're looking down to the upper left-hand corner of the mat and we're reaching the left hand there where we're going. As we transition that body weight into the left foot, float the right foot off the mat, flex the right toes towards the face. Maybe the right hand stretches up towards the ceiling. Maybe the gaze looks up towards the ceiling. That is challenging, more challenging for the balance, typically. Can you find your center here in your whole left foot? Big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel bone all firmly rooted. One more breath here. To transition back to our warrior two, we're bending our left knee a lot. Bend that left knee a lot to transition. And then land softly in your warrior two. Reset it. Breathe. Hands come forward and down. Step to your high plank. Actually, just kidding. Don't step to your high plank. We're doing our transition to our side plank. So heel toeing that left foot down to the middle of your mat. And then you're rotating to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Great place to stay and work on your side plank variation, especially if the wrists are giving you trouble today. Maybe this is all the body weight you want to handle. But if you're feeling like you can go further, left leg can start to heel toe back, legs can stack. And then really think about wherever you are in this, squeezing the glutes, quadricep muscles, lifting that left hip towards the ceiling. Can you give me 2 full breaths here? And here is wherever you are. Doesn't have to look like what I'm doing. We'll meet in our high plank shape. High plank can be supported plank with the knees on the mat. Let's move through chaturanga. So shift forward to the tippy toes. Keep the elbows close, lower. Inhale, press down through the hands and the tops of the feet. Maybe you come up to upward facing dog. Another round of low cobra is always welcome too. And now from here, maybe set the knees back down. Hips to the heels. Child's pose. Let's take about 3 breaths here in our child's pose. Give the shoulders a little love. So from our child's pose, we're going to come into thread the needle with our right arm underneath the left armpit. So right arm's reaching all the way underneath that left armpit. Your left arm can stretch straight forward. Just keep it simple if you can. Try to get heavy in your right shoulder, tricep arm. Relax if you are able to. Relax your head. And with the gaze, you can be looking off towards your right hand, but you can also turn the forehead down to the mat and kind of tuck the chin in and rest the forehead on the mat. That typically, at least in my body, will intensify the stretch a little bit across the back of the right shoulder. Wherever you are with this, one more breath. Press down into your left hand, start to release that right arm. And then second side. So left arm's going to stretch underneath the right armpit as far as it will go. Reach, reach, reach. Right arm extends forward towards the top of your mat. You can play with that direction of the gaze. Maybe forehead down. Maybe you're looking off towards your left hand. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're breathing first. Breathe through your nose if you can. Let's take one more breath here. Unwind out of that. Come forward to your tabletop shape. So center of your mat and your tabletop. Cross your ankles behind you. Roll your hips back over your heel bones. We're coming all the way down to our back body. We're going to start to transition into our yin practice. So long holds. Stay close to the floor. We'll hug those knees into the chest, kind of returning to how we began our practice. And if you want to take these next few moments to grab any props, if you want them in your practice, like socks or blankets or pillows, feel free to do that. And then if you are coming back to your mat after getting props, we'll meet in happy baby. See if you can reach up for your feet, ankles, calves, or even the backs of the knees. In your happy baby, you're just trying to pull your knees wide, get a little external rotation out of those hips. Deep, deep compression in the hip flexors. All right, we're going to come into half happy baby. So extend your left leg forward, half happy baby on your right side. So my right hand's holding my right foot. I'm extending my left leg forward. This is a choice. You can extend that left leg out long. You can also bend the left knee and plant the left foot. Whatever you want to do, we're going to switch hands now. Okay. So feet are staying the same. We're just switching hands. Left hand's going to grab that right foot. Left hand trying to grab that left foot. And if you can't grab the foot, grab the knee. Okay. So either grabbing the knee or the foot. We're going to find rotation here. So we're going to pull the left, or we're pulling with our left hand. We're holding onto our right leg somewhere. We're rolling onto our left hip. Right leg follows. Right arm stretches off to the right side. Here's where props come in handy. Maybe a prop underneath that right knee. If you have a hold of the foot and you want to try kicking the leg out long, and that feels like it's sustainable to you, feel free to go for it. That can be a lot on the glute, IT band. It's a pretty big twist. And if you can't do it today, please don't feel bad about that. It is a lot to ask of your spine. So if you're not rotating your spine regularly, it might be too much. We're going to take about 2 minutes here in this shape. So throughout these 2 minutes, you're practicing relaxation. What do I mean by that? You're trying to relax muscular engagement. You can notice that there's a lot of tension in the hips and the low back. Probably going too far with this. You probably need a little bit of support. Maybe support underneath that right knee, maybe underneath the back of the head or the right shoulder. Typically, muscle tissue will start to relax when it feels safe to do so, and that usually takes around 2 minutes. So yin is very much a practice in patience, as well as a nice passive stretch. You're about halfway through your hold. Check in with your breath. Is there any way in body or mind, thought or intention that you can soften a little bit more completely into your twist? Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly unwind all the way onto your back body. And we'll just take a little pause here in the center of the mat. You can choose to stretch the legs out long. And if your low back is giving you a little trouble, feel free to bend the knees, plant those feet wide on your mat, and let the knees knock in towards each other. Big breath in, long breath out. Let it go, let it rest. If you were using any props on your left side, you want to move that off to your right side. Let's come back into our happy baby with both feet, both legs, happy baby. Now we're going to keep our left leg in half happy baby as we extend our right leg out. You could play with extending it out long. You can also choose to bend that right knee and keep the right foot planted. Maybe you try both and see which one feels more sustainable. Now we're going to switch our hands. So our right hand's going to hold on to either the left knee or the left foot. We're going to extend that left arm off to the left side. So try to stay grounded through your upper back and your shoulders as you pull yourself off towards your right hip. Slide those props underneath that left knee if you need them, if you want them. Sometimes it's really about what the body wants, and we have to tell the mind to be like, hush, I need this right now. It doesn't matter what it looks like so much as, are you able to find stillness here? Can you relax into this shape? And again, that takes time, and we have that. So practicing patience. Let your body unfold for you. While you do, you have your breath. Try to breathe in and out through your nose. Again, we're holding this for about 2 minutes, and you're almost halfway through that hold. As you're lying here, you might scan the body for places where you're still really gripping in your muscle tissue. See if you can utilize a breath to practice letting that tension go. We have 2 more really slow, deep breaths here. And when you're ready, we'll start to unwind, return to the center of your mat. Take your time with that. Again, the options could be stretching the legs out or keeping the knees bent, walking those feet wide on your mat and letting the knees draw in towards each other. Next, we're going to set up for our final rest, Shavasana. Maybe you're already there. Maybe you're already comfortable on your back as you are. Feel free to just stay like that. But if you want to add anything in, like more blankets, more pillows, maybe you want to take legs up the wall. That's a great way to spend your Shavasana, which is what I'm going to do today. You can also simulate legs up the wall by elevating the backs of the knees and the calves. So you can just bring in a chair, a stool, the edge of your bed, and just slide the backs of the legs up and over that prop. Relax your shoulders down your back. Find a comfortable position to rest your arms. Maybe close the eyes down or just relax your gaze. Deep breath in. Nice long breath out. We have 3 minutes in our Shavasana. I'll let you know when that time is up. And then I'll invite you to have a little breathing exercise to close our practice. So for the next 3 minutes, letting it all go, letting it all rest. Allow your body to feel heavy and be held. Nothing you need to do. Just let yourself be. Begin to deepen your breath. Start to invite in gentle movement of your fingertips and your toes. Maybe move your head side to side. You could stretch your arms all the way up and overhead and breathe into your whole body from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. If you'd like to close your practice, roll off to a side and coming up to an upright seat, you can join me there. You can also stay as you are on your back. If you are coming to that upright seat, make sure it is comfortable and supported. You can even go and sit in a chair. I want you to be sure that you have full access to your lung capacity. Your chest is nice and open, shoulders remain down the back. So we're going to do a variation of Nadi Shodhana. And you can use your hand. Maybe it's your right hand if that's your dominant hand. Thumb and ring finger just rest against the crescents of the nose. And these middle two fingers, they can rest on the forehead or they can curl into the palm of your hand. So thumb, ring finger, crescents of the nose, middle two fingers, forehead or into the palm of the hand. Shoulder relaxes, elbows resting against the chest. Breathe in through both nostrils, out through both. Close the left nostril, inhale right. Close right, exhale left. We're just going to repeat that. So inhaling right, exhaling left. Inhaling right, exhaling left. Inhaling right, exhaling left. Last time, inhale right, exhale left. Release your hand, return to a normal breath in and out through your nose. If you'd like to, join your hands together at your heart and bow your chin into your chest. Taking a moment to offer reverence and gratitude for our practice, to all of our teachers, past, present, future, to the teacher within your own heart. Namaste.